All right, hey everybody, we're gonna get started. Let me just run the little clock to give people time to log in. Okay, so we're just giving people a little time to come in. Make sure that you are smashing that notification bell. You can also share this live if you like, or tag a few people that you think this would be good for. And don't be shy, because this is a place to discuss things. You don't have to be a veteran to really have input, because I learn from people every day in the lives and in life. So this is not a place where if you're not seasoned, you can't speak up. This is a place to kind of get the discussion going, to kind of get the mind brewing, so we can all make money in the beauty industry, okay? And you can invite people or share with people who may not necessarily be nail techs, because this is anyone in the beauty industry or for an entrepreneur overall. So just sit back and we'll come on soon. Thanks for your support. This track is so funny to me. I just had to throw it in because the emotions be running high, honey. But I'm coming soon. Just hold on. Just giving people time to come on in. Get what you need to get. We're starting soon.
Like we
How is everyone doing today? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you just let me know? I do have the camera turned off. I will not be coming on camera. I am not presentable. I am not presentable, but can you just let me know if you can hear me okay? Pulling up today's. Today we're doing the case study, the good, the bad, the ugly. The good, the bad, the ugly. Okay, good. You can hear me. I am so out of it. I don't know what's wrong with me. You guys, I do not know. I was on the phone with Lauren last night. We were on the phone for 5 hours talking about each and everything. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I'm just out of it today. I had so many wonderful plans for today that did not happen. The only thing that did happen today was I did bake a bomb banana bread loaf with pecans in it, and it came out so perfect. And I had a whole bunch of extra bananas, so I smashed them all up and put them in there. And then I had a whole bag of pecans. I crushed them up and put them in there, and I put that in the oven. Oh my God, that loaf came out so perfect. And then all the edges are perfectly brown and crispy, so it's like it's got a crunch on it. But then the inside is so moist, and you can tell where the bananas are. And then it's got the little crunch from the pecans too. And I put a little touch of honey in there, and then I put a little touch of pumpkin spice, like what you would put in a sweet potato pie, a spice blend. I put that in there too, so it's got a little spice to it. Oh my God! I said I should take some to my neighbor because I will sit here and eat this whole damn loaf, and I cannot. I have not been to the gym in like 3 days, and this is dangerous. This is dangerous. I don't know what's wrong with me. Lately, I have been addicted to banana nut. I've been making banana nut muffins. And then I'm like, okay, today let me make a whole loaf. Yeah, whatever. So that's what I made. I did not leave out the house. In my head, I was gonna get out. You know how you have all these goals for your day? Like, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna mop these floors, I'm gonna wash three. Somebody just booked an appointment. I'm gonna wash 3 loads of clothes. I'm gonna wash these floors. I'm finally gonna get to that pile over there, and I'm gonna take care, donate some stuff to the Goodwill today, and I'm gonna come back and open up all this mail. How many of those things do you get done on the list? Maybe two. But you know what? You got to give yourself a pat on the back for what you did get done that day, because it's two more done than it was the day before. Like some days, if you're just not feeling it, don't force yourself. And me, especially being an entrepreneur, I always feel like I have to be accomplishing non-stop. That leads to burnout. And then you don't want to do anything. So I have to give myself permission to do the minimum some days. I really do. Just sit back and watch my favorite show. It's okay. Sometimes your body and your brain is like, I cannot. So it's okay. So yeah, you said yummy. We got Artina here saying yummy, yummy. Yes. I'm making you hungry. Sorry. That's why I don't bake, because once I start, I can't stop. Sweet tooth on 10,000. I know. And this is like my third batch in about a month and a half. And I'm like, why do I keep making all this banana nut stuff? I don't know. I don't know. And then at one point I was putting blueberries in there. Oh, yeah. So again, today doesn't have to be a long one. It's just something that I feel like we covered something like this maybe a year or so ago, but I wanted to go over the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so, without further ado, what I'm going to do is play it for you, and then we're going to discuss this really quickly. So, here we go. So, yes, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? And that's pretty much what I wanted to. Hi, Mel Does Nails. Hi. That's what I pretty much wanted to discuss because I have run into this and I have run into it more and more. And I feel like it's something we're going to run into even more as we move on because of how things are going with social media. This huge influx of nail enthusiasts who are, everybody is design crazy. And even I just feel like it's going to put a lot of ideas in our clients' heads to want to make us do their own creations and not trust our professional creative mind. And that can literally give you anxiety, like it really really can. So I just wanted to get into this, like what do you do, how do you handle it? It's not something I necessarily have the answer to, but I'm like, this will make for a good discussion, so we should get into it, right? Okay, so I'm going to jump in and give the first question. Really really simple. uh let's see. Huh. Okay, so here is the first question. I'm doing this. I'm literally laying on the couch doing this, you all. So I'm a little behind, a little off. First question is, how do you handle photo requests? How do you handle photo requests? When people bring in pictures, basically, how do you handle that? And how do you feel about it? Like, do you like when people bring in pictures for you? And how do you handle it when people, what's your general rule of thumb when people show you pictures of work asking, can you do it? So I just wanted to know, how do you handle when people bring pictures into you? I could tell you that I would say like 30% of people that bring in a photo or something, off Instagram that they want me to do. And I have one person in particular, she started doing it faithfully, which I like because she brings in something that it's like I can easily execute it. And I could pretty much execute it better than the photo because she's not bringing in anything unrealistic. So she'll bring in a picture because she wears short acrylic. She always brings me short acrylic designs. You get it? And that makes sense. So we never bump heads or anything. She'll show me something. And the most issue we may have is trying to match the exact colors, like figuring out which color would match the closest. But even like that polka dot set I just posted on my Instagram, that's the client that always brings in photos. But I'm usually able to pretty much execute what she brings because she comes in with realistic stuff for her nails. I tell people I don't copy, but I will do inspiration. That's a good word, inspiration. But inspiration for some people is not good enough when you say inspiration, but that's how it should be. You said, I let them know I will take inspiration from the picture, but will not be recreating the design 100% if it's not my own work. All right, all right, all right. But some things to me, it's like the client who brought the picture with the dots. It's like it was just a black nail with a whole bunch of different colored dots, different sizes. So it's not like that original, like that type of design to me has been in Nails magazine many times over the years, sort of thing. But since she liked it, it's like, oh, I can easily do that. Because to me, some designs are just like staple, general designs that have been in the beauty industry since the 90s, up until now. That's it. Um, yeah. If I can do it, I will tell them I can. Okay. If it's tacky and gaudy, I tell them the price and they end up not booking. Oh my God. I don't really care about it being tacky and gaudy per se. It's just, is it realistic for the length that you get? And so many people want to show you sets of nails that are super duper long they found off a live or something. And then they get basically medium coffin nails. So you want this long, elaborate design with these stones and stuff, and you get medium coffin nails. Like, how do you think that's gonna look? How do you think that's gonna play out on your nails? Like realistically. So it's just like, are people being realistic when they show you designs and things, the expectations that they have for their nails? Quite often I can't replicate because I've had clients bring in photos of decals and stamping plates that I don't even have. Yes, and I always tell people too, let's not forget a lot of the stuff that you see. I bet you it doesn't look anything like this in person. In person, you will be unimpressed probably with the set. Keep in mind that online, a lot of pictures have contrast put on them and they're edited. And they play with the lighting and the angles to make it look, the best it can. Because I'll take a million pictures of nails and I post the best ones, and I might play with the contrast or something or the lighting or turn it down. So in person, nails usually look way less impressive in person than they do online. I've even gone to the nail pro shows, and in the nail pro shows, when I see some of the famous people, this was back in the day, when I would see some of the famous people work up close or see their booth, the work was just basic. It was like not that, it wasn't anything spectacular, outrageous. It was just like, wow, the power of the camera, the power of the camera. Yeah, some nail art, of course, but most times people that bring me pictures bring unrealistic designs for the time and the price they want. Exactly. Oh, I was telling Lauren how I got into it really bad with a client yesterday because she wanted something. Well, this is how it all started. She came in telling me why I don't ever do her nails like I do her friends' nails. And she always sees pictures of my work that I did on other people and she like it, but why don't I put it on her? And the problem is she's one of those people that really won't let me be great. And basically what I'm talking about is people who want the most, but then they don't trust you enough to let you do it. They want to, look at everybody else's. So I told her, I said, well, that's because she was actually a model and she just paid a model fee. Well, she gave me $70, but still, that's how much she wanted to give me. I told her, give me whatever. And she let me do what I wanted to. I said she poured her drink and she got on her phone and she ignored me the whole time. And that's what I came up with. I said, you never let me come up with what I want to come up with. And that's why we go back and forth and I'm trying to meet your needs. Then you turn around and say, do what you want to do. And that is so confusing for a person to keep saying to you, do what you want to do. But then they're still trying to say, well, what about this? Can we do some of that? Can you add in some of this? But then you study saying, do what you want to do. And that's how the sets end up being kind of ugly. Those are the sets that I'm like, I'm not proud of this. It's all over the place. It's not what I would have done. So that becomes stressful. Mel Does Nail says, seriously, though, I ask what they like about the set and pull elements from there. Yeah. So usually it's like a consultation, but you got to be careful because some people, when you start doing stuff like this, they will say they know what they want. They really don't know what they want. And that's why it is good to ask what elements they like, because you have to bring people down to earth. Like, well, look how long this set is. Look at your nails. This person's nail bed is this. This is a wide square nail with a lot of design space. You don't have that, whatever. And also keep in mind that those colors, I don't have the exact color, or keep in mind that this has whatever. So it is important to really get on the same page when you start dealing with people who like a lot of designs, because they will take a beautiful idea that you have in your head and crush your little dreams to something that you want to damn near cry when you're done, because it's not your vision. Yet these people will be walking around saying that this is your work and your vision. And they do not tell the fact that they tried to jump in on the process every 5 minutes. So it's very frustrating sometimes. Okay, so that's that. How do you handle photo requests? Okay, so the next question is this. Do you let your clients choose the designs or no? So I asked, like, how do you handle when people bring in photos? But my question here that I really want to know is, what do you do typically? Some nail techs say what color you want, and they just start doing something and they tell the client, look, today I want to put this on you and I'm gonna do this. But then some nail techs say, what are you in the mood for today? You want to do foil, you want to do this, you want to do that. So they ask them and some tell them. They tell them the colors and they tell them. So which one do you do? Do you let your clients choose the designs or no? Okay, so that was 30 seconds up on the clock. And while you all are probably typing, I just want to tell you all that Lauren was saying we should have been live last night when we were online for talking for 5 hours. And I was like, shoot, those back in those days, I used to be drinking hard liquor online. That would be vodka in that cup. And I do not even buy vodka and keep it in the house anymore because I don't know. It's like I don't realize how tipsy I will get, and Lord have mercy. I said I don't even want to go back and look at those old videos because I know I watched a few and I was like, girl, you are on here darn near slurring. Why didn't you just click out? Just talking and jibber jabbering on and on and on about nothing. And she was telling me some things I said, like one time somebody asked me a question and I said the answer and I was like, and that is the motherfucking answer. And I'm like, wow, I'm sure I was a mess. I'm scared to go back and look at some of those old those old videos. Ah, okay, so I was just giving you all time to type. Artina said, in my booking instructions, I asked them to send the pictures before their appointment if they have a specific design in mind, so I know if they need more time booked, if they let me do what I like. And see, that's kind of good to do. Like somebody just booked an appointment just now. The good thing is right now I can really kind of manipulate my books because things are a little bit slower than normal because of coming out of this pandemic. Things are a little weird and slower across the board. Airbnb, clients, just everything is just slower. So I'm just like, okay, when people book, I can go in and I can adjust the time based on what I know about this client. Like, oh, this person gonna be easy. Oh, this person gonna be the most. I gotta add on some time. So I know to do that. But that's kind of hard to do for me because I have an automatic booking system when I'm busy, because when I'm normally my normal business is booked to the point where it's like 3 and 4 people booking within 10 minutes. So it all happens like quick, like boom, boom, boom. And people will book back to back because people know that I'm normally hard to get into unless you book in advance. So it's hard for me to buffer in time. And I kind of don't like that. And I've been really enjoying having more time to play on people's nails with the designs because I was under so much pressure to keep the schedule that was tight sometimes that it would be frustrating when it gets to design elements and design color schemes with people who can't make up their mind on whether they want to let you be the boss or not. So I've been really enjoying this time to have where I don't feel that pressure. And I'm actually thinking about buffering in more time. The problem is some people don't want to use all the time, so it kind of messes with my money when I get back busy. I got to think about that one. I let people choose color scheme. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That girl, I'm not looking back at those old videos. I know I was a mess on some of them, but I think that's when people liked it, when I was just on there talking a mess. I've been seeing a lot of people with flashcards letting clients create their own freestyle, which is cool. Oh wow. I see that sounds real cool. But the way my books are set up sometimes when in the real world, when I'm really busy, no. I'm not gonna sit here with you for 20 hours while you be while you sitting up here trying to figure that out. But that's a cool concept. Yeah. My clients generally let me choose the design based on their polish choice. Now that's funny because I have stuff in mind that I want to do, but I have that handful of people that I have clients that are a joy. They like, okay, do whatever. And I know it's do whatever because I know for a fact that they only want, I'll be like, well, how many nails you want? You want stones? Those are the two questions. You want stone work? They'll say yes or no. I got some clients that never wear stones because of the type of work they do. And I'll be like, you want 4 nails design, 6 nails design? Because I charge by the finger. And depending on what it is, it's $1, 2 for $5, two for 15, 10, 15, $20 per finger. It just depends on what I'm gonna do. But the clients I know, I can just bust it out real quick. And so they will let me design. But then you have the other ones where it's like you got to be real specific with them because they will have you tripped up. Like it depends on the client. Hey, Lavina, I allow them to choose. My taste may be different. And that's another thing. My taste, I have people that's another thing clients will do. I'm telling you, this is where my conflict came in yesterday. I'm telling you, will sit there all day long and say, do what you want to do. I don't care, do what you want to do. And you start doing something, and then they start questioning you. And then you say I'm just gonna say I was gonna put the foil on there. Now I don't want no foil. Okay, now we got a problem because I done already put a coat of this foil gel on you and had you cure. And after it cures, now you're asking me what I'm about to do, and you say you don't want no foil. But I just cured foil gel on you. See, that's where the conflicts start coming in. When you got to be very specific and know who you're dealing with, because people will tell you all day long. People love to say, do whatever you want to do. But for some people, that is not what they really mean out their mouth. They just say that because they don't want to think about it and they don't even really know. It's just really weird. You have to see, like, when you're dealing with the public, it's so many different personalities. You say I love the Chicago After Dark. I still be having my cocktails for all the lives. Look, I had to calm down, honey. Then, I've been trying to go to the gym, trying to get ready for summer because I was like off and then moving and everything. I was just totally off my program. I'm trying to get back to some type of regular life here. And then I had to lay off all that hard liquor because it will have me dehydrated and drained for days. And now I got to lay off this wine because it's too much sugar. So what I do like to do is sip on my White Claws. White Claws are the skinny women club drink. White Claws are like sugar free. They give you a buzz, but it's just seltzer water. They don't taste all that. But if you want a buzz and you want to drink a couple of cans of it, it's not that bad. So I love White Claw. And actually, one day I think I'm going to go to the store and just buy like 6 cases and have them stacked up on my back porch. So I always have them. You say you love the old videos. I replay them all the time. You do? Oh my God. I watched a few videos and I will say the same thing back to back 5 times and then slur a little bit. I'm like, you are drunk. You are drunk. You are drunk. Take this down. But I don't take them down. You said I'm getting distracted over here. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Lawrence said I'm not a big freestyle person. See, and that's the thing. I have to be in the mood to freestyle. And I told you all in the past couple of videos that lately I have not been that inspired. I've been actually very frustrated with the industry, which affects my creativity because a lot of stuff that's out now is so much encapsulation work and so what's out now is just so detailed and it's so they're putting out there sets that are either expensive that most people are not going to want to pay for, like somebody said earlier with my time. They're not going to want to pay the real price it should be, and or they they are not getting encapsulated work. So everything is like hand drawn detail, drawing whole cartoon scenes across the fingers, which I don't do and don't want to do. And I'm not an artist on that level at all. Or it's like something super, super, super out there. So it's like, what am I inspired by these days? Because there's nothing especially new out here for a person who does just everyday work. The only thing that's new for the everyday artist is okay, we're going back to French and the snake print, cow, and cow is not even new anymore, but the different animal print techniques. That's really it. You said especially the Sims episode, hilarious. Y'all, I still want to do that. I couldn't even do it right now because my Sims game is so vulgar right now. It is vulgar. Girl, oh my God, those expansion packs, they would ban me off of YouTube if I played it because those Sims will go off and do some things, honey. It would be like straight up Chicago way after dark if I played the Sims on here again. But I still want to do that big salon idea. You said you're drinking a salsa. Yeah. I have two in the refrigerator, but I was drinking wine last night. I was just up and I don't know. My stomach kind of like, ugh, I need to eat some more food. I got some Corona seltzers, 4 grams of carbs. That's not bad. 3 grams of sugar and 100 calories per can. After 2, 3, I'm good. Exactly. But I've been cutting back too. Okay. I had the sleeve done in 2016. Yep. So that's the thing. Those are good macros right there. So that's guilt free. Like you said, after 2 or 3, you good, but you don't feel that guilty. Yep. So with the designs, do you let your clients choose designs or no? My answer on that is it really depends on who it is. And with new people, I really have to dig down because to me they fall on one side or the other of the tracks. You got the people that really don't care, they just want a little bit. You got the people that really don't care what you do because they trust you and they want it zhuzhed up, but they know you're gonna do a good job. Then you got the people that do care and want to be a part of the process all the way. All the way. So that's three different people, right? Okay, so here is the next question. Do you feel pressure to post anything just to have some content up there? Like, do you feel pressure to post just anything to have content up, meaning that you're lacking content? So it's like you take pictures of whatever it is you did, even though it's something that you're not feeling like 100% on what you did. Like, let's be honest here, because we're not feeling 100% on every set that we do. I have them sets where I'm like, wow, that turned out really good. Then I have sets where I'm like, I already knew that was going to turn out good. And it did, because it was pretty much, I was very confident in it. But then you have those sets that it's like, I really don't like this, but they seem okay with it. So it's whatever. So do you just post stuff just to have content? So Mel Does Nail said, I like simple nail art, stamp, glitter press, foils, and marble. And for me too, along with that would be like stonework. And believe it or not, that's not simple. But in today's world, it would be considered the simple. And that's my whole point. What used to be standard is now considered like simple, and you don't really do art like that. But really, you do art like that. It's just that people are putting out content that is so extravagant that that has become the new expectation of what is a great nail tech. But really, to me, a great nail tech is someone who can take care of the everyday woman and build a clientele and keep that clientele, right? But in today's world, everything is just so glamorized that if you're not doing all of that, like they said on TikTok, she ain't it, sis. She ain't it. And that's crazy, because all of that, what you just named, is so much you can do with that, you know? So the question is, do you feel pressure to post anything just to have content up? You said no, not pressure, because it has to fit my overall look. But there was one video that wasn't really best quality, not my Android, but I posted it anyway because the nails were cute. Okay. You said no. You said I don't post if it's not a reflection of my brand. Mel Does Nail said I would, even if it's just zoomed in on the one finger that you liked and post about the color. That's smart. That's smart, because that has happened to me a couple of times. Let me tell you. So my answer to that is I won't just post anything, but I hate, let me tell you, I hate when I have a vision of something I want to do on somebody and then they start trying to jump in with me and have me switching up my original vision, because I can have a bomb vision, but if you jump in and start making me switch up things, you make me lose my mojo. And then the set, it's like I don't know, it's something about it. It just like throws me off, and I just want to get it over with. Because now it's not my vision. So I'll do it, but then it's like I don't even look at it the same, and I don't really want to post it. And I won't post a set. Like if it's it I had somebody one time make me put together, it was like orange, purple, and silver or something like that, or like purple, red, and silver. It was something that was like, ugh. And she kept insisting, and I'm looking like, what are you thinking? This does not go together. She just like, no, I want this because I saw it, and I want to on this finger, I want this and this finger. And then I did exactly what she said, and she liked it. She's like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And I hated it. And it was not cute at all to me. It was not cute. I did not post it. You gonna take pictures, and you have those people that say you're gonna take pictures, and I think I might have taken pictures, but I deleted those pictures. What am I gonna? I didn't even want to look at that anymore. I really did not. So I don't know. That's smart though, just to zoom in on the one finger. Yeah. Yeah. And then here's the thing too. It's like sometimes you could do a set or have a set in your mind, and you could put it on that person, but that person's nail bed or what, for whatever reason, it's just like you can only shape a set to do so much depending on the person's finger and their hand or whatever. Like they might have like a couple of nails that are like abnormally not within the normal range, I'm gonna say. Like they can have like a huge middle finger and then the other ones are really small or something like that, so it's like the set is looking unproportional in certain ways. I mean, for them it's in good condition, it's done correctly, but I'm just saying for you and your posting pleasure, it's not giving what you want it to give, so you don't post it. So I was just wondering, do people post anyway just to have anything to post? Do people do that? But I'm going to keep moving on to the one last question. Here we go. Okay, so the question is there a point where you will refuse a client who behaves this way? If you have, please do tell. Now, when I say behaves this way, I have had a couple of clients over time who see this type of client who jumps in and out and will tell you do what you want to do, or they want to show you pictures and you tell them what your thoughts are and you collaborate with this person and you go into it, then they start jumping in and interjecting and changing up and all that. I'm going to tell you, I've noticed that over time with that type of client, it escalates and it'll escalate and it'll escalate. And so usually what happens is at a certain point when you start trying to put down your foot with the person and say, you got to trust the process, you got to trust me to be the artist, that's why you come to me, they'll say something like, well, I'm paying my money. And my thing is that grinds my gears when people say I'm paying my money. We understand that you're paying my money, but you're paying me to do something that you won't let me do. You won't let me be great, right? And so when you get to a client who is challenging you in a design way, how do you handle this? Do you refuse them? Like, what do you do when you have a client who is you're butting heads with artistically? That should have been the question. What do you do when you are butting heads with a client artistically? How do you handle that? And also, I hope you checked out my last video, 5 weird Dollar Tree items nail tech should buy. I didn't know how people would receive that video, but I saw that a lot of the old school nail techs knew exactly what I was talking about. And it was also a great video because some of the newer nail techs had questions. So I thought that that was a good bridge video to bond the old with the new, to tell you all some things that they don't do these days that still work. So it's a great video. Check it out. 5 weird items nail techs should buy. Okay. Um, let's see. I had someone inbox me saying that she's had her nails. Wait, she said her nails didn't get posted, and I left her on scene. Lauren, she had got over on me anyway. I didn't like them nails. Yeah, like people really pay attention to that, and it hasn't happened to me that much lately because I had stopped posting during COVID on purpose because it was a lot of strange people. I told you all that trying to come to my personal space, and I didn't like that. So I stopped posting. But when I was in the mix before all this happened, and I was booked and booked and booked and, popping and had all this content to post or whatever, I would have people that would really be on me and they would keep mentioning, like, you ain't post my picture. You still ain't post my picture. And I want to tell them because you never let me do what I want to do. Or the stuff that what I do on your nails is not post worthy. I have other things that, like it's just not post worthy. The funniest thing is the stuff that I like the most, some of it I forget to even take pictures. I'm so glad you liked the video. I'm so glad. Okay. I had to put that up there because there is new new product out. It's the content planner, and with that you get the wallpaper for 50% off. So basically you get the wallpaper for $3 with that, and the content planner just gives you a layout or groundwork to figure out how to post, because I think a lot of people get stumped on how to post and they just post anything, and all of that falls into how your brand looks overall. And just giving you ideas so you don't become stumped and then you lose your audience, because as we all know, consistency is key. Okay, so I would just do the nails if they want them and let them know that I'm not agreeing with their choice and will not be posting these or be doing them for free. Yeah, that's the other thing. I have had people in the past that insist that I do something. And I tell them, look, this is not going to look good. Like I'm going to say, a person would say, oh, I want you to do the ombre with that color acrylic you got over there. And it's like, well, that's dip powder. What color are you talking about? Because that's a different grade of acrylic. What do you mean? I'm like, a lot of dip powders are like, well, they're a finer grain consistency. They're thinner, not thinner, but they're finer. And a lot of them are sheer because they're meant to be layered. And so some of them are very, very sheer. And the one you picked is very sheer. I'm just telling you. So you're saying do an ombre. This is just an example. You're saying to do an ombre with it, but I'm telling you it's going to be sheer. And it's just not really made for what you're asking. And they'll insist. And I'll say to them, okay, I'm going to do it, but I'm just letting you know, once I go to put this on, it's on, you know? And if that person would ask me to take it off, we're going to have a problem because now I'm going to charge you more money. And now we're going to probably get into a straight up argument. And that sort of thing, and that's how it escalates. It's like sometimes you have to be careful giving people too much creative control because these people have visions in their head, but they don't necessarily understand product. They don't understand how there are different grades of the same product and not everything blends and goes well. Whatever. Or they'll be like, can't you put it on top of the nail and still encapsulate it? Well, it's going to look bulky. It's going to be, whatever. It's not going to look the same. Like you're looking at this picture that's encapsulation and you're telling me to put it on top of your nail because it's a fill-in, but it's like, don't expect it to look like that picture because that's encapsulated and encapsulated work. I could tell when people start tuning me out, but you can't say I didn't tell you. Encapsulated work is floating inside, so it's going to have a different look and feel because it's more of a 3D look versus it's sitting on top of the nail. It's not going to have the 3D look. I said the only thing I can do to try to make it look a little 3D, if a person just insists that I recreate something that's encapsulated, is I can try to float a layer of builder gel on top to give it a look. But now we're adding on a lot of bulk to the nail. And then they get frustrated, but it's like, I'm telling you because I'm the expert and I understand these products and how they work together. I know the end result. And you're looking at this picture that's this, and you're trying to make, cherry limeade out of apples. It's two different things. Okay, I went to the dollar store today to pick up some tabs and sandwich bags. Yes, and I keep the sandwich bags. They are right there on my pedicure cart. I'm actually out of the tabs to whiten. I don't know where they are. They probably around here somewhere. I would probably just do them, but if they're giving me a hard time, I would just have to say something. Look, it can escalate real fast. It just depends. And it happens here or there with a person. I would say maybe once a year with me, where it's like a person just really gets very aggressive with that. I don't really do freestyle sets. I tell them that I need a picture of what they would like or want, and I will go from there. Most people just bring a picture for reference. Yep. If it's super ugly, I'll be like, are you sure? Oh, and I just copy the picture. Or if they're feeling it, I'll add some of my own pizzazz into the art. It just depends. Right. But it really depends on the person because some people I could do whatever and they're going to be cool with it. I'll stop at a certain point, be like, you cool? Be like, yeah, but like I could stop here. This is where I was going to stop. You want me to keep going? And then I gauge them because some people be like, no, that's perfect. That's enough. But some people, you could look at their face and they kind of pause and kind of, and it's like, okay, well, we could keep going. And I'm going to let them know, I'm going to put some stones on this one. I'm going to do da-da-da. And I keep going. But, the whole freestyle set, especially when you're dealing with the everyday woman with a regular everyday length of nails, that client right there, they are borderline wanting the most, but not really wanting the most and confused on where they fall on the scale. I swear to God. So I don't know. It's just a weird thing. So I was just wondering, how do you all handle that? So let's see. You said you would think that they just trust us, they're paying us, right? Yeah, and people love to say, well, a few people, I'm paying you, you paying me and you came to me because you like what you saw. But now I'm trying to put it on you and you don't trust my judgment. So it's like when you have somebody who's like questioning your judgment, trying to jump in on that, then that to me, they don't realize you actually like deflating my creative juices. I love that last video. Next day I made a Dollar Tree run. Yeah, I need to run to the Dollar Tree. I'm so low. I use Dollar Tree from the rooter to the tutor in my house. When I go to the Dollar Tree, I'm telling you, sometimes they have to open another register. I know when I opened my big salon, I had 2 or 3 full carts of stuff, and they had to pull me over to a whole different side and have somebody come ring me up. Yeah. And even now, when I go to the Dollar Tree, I have about 20 bags. Seriously, because I get some of everything from the Dollar Tree. Oh, for sure. You got to know who your client is and what they like and don't like. Yeah, you cannot assume because people will sit there and say, do whatever. People love to say, just go ahead and do you. Just do whatever. You cannot trust that 100% of the time when people say that because a picky person will say that and then start being picky. So that does not always mean that. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. Do not always just go with that. You still, I will feel them out. If you don't know them that well, especially if you don't know them that well, especially feel them out. Yes, feel them out. Feel them out. So I think that is pretty much covering that case study, the good, the bad, the ugly, because I have had people that will insist on picking some of the most craziest color combinations and wanting you to make something out of something that you would never want to work with. Like they may say something like, give me purple, red, and silver. No, purple, red. I want you to pop. I'm just hear me out. I want you to polish my nails silver. They'll hand you a silver polish, not a silver glitter, but like a silver polish, right? And then they'll say, put some purple and red designs on there. Just imagine that nail text. Nails, silver polish, and they want purple and red designs, right? You could always do something with it, but it's not going to really come together like that because it's like you would have to suggest something like, uh, can I put some silver glitter in there? No, I don't like glitter. I've had people do that too. Like every time they come, they give me the oddest combinations that I would never put together. And they want you to do something with it. And then when you start trying to come up with ways to pull it together better, the best you can, they will tell you no. But then they will keep saying, do something with that. Just do something with that. And it's like, what do you do with the person who's telling you, you say, well, can I put some pops of holographic foil in there? No, that's like, I don't like shiny stuff like that. Just the silver polish should be good enough. And then, like I want purple and red because my son's football game is this week. And those are his team's colors, purple and red. And I've been wanting some silver nails for the longest. I used to wear that all the time back in the day. So I want to get back to my silver nails, but I want to support my son. Now, what I'm saying is very, very possible. This is exactly how people talk, you all, with these type of people. And they will shoot down anything that you try to bring it together with. And those are the type of clients that can really stress you out because I cannot stand doing a set of nails that I am not proud of. I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it. And so with that, I will probably just do some color blocking. That's the best I can do with it. And I will be like, it's okay if I add in some white or something or black. They may say black. Okay, I'm going to do some color blocking with that. And then I'm just going to, finely detail line the color blocks. And that's it. But really, I would at least want to pop in some glitter. But they said no glitter, no nothing sparkly like that. So that would be that. But I'm not going to post that because the color combination alone is atrocious. So, yeah, they don't know color theory. Right. But I have had people put together combinations like that. Purple, red, and silver, purple, red, and silver polish, you know? Yeah, you got the vomit. Right. Everybody like, really? But what do you do when a person comes in and this is what they do? They've been thinking about it and this is what they want and they want you to work with it. The funny thing is that person will stop coming to you because they're not satisfied after a while because they are trying to be in control, but then telling you you're in control, but they really trying to control it. But they keep saying you're in control. And then they'll kind of blame in their own mind that it's you and it's not them because they don't trust you as a creative person all the way. You said I'm getting sick thinking about that combination, right? They don't know what they want. But that happens a lot, beautypreneur. Yeah, I feel you. Pass the Pepto. Exactly. But that sort of thing happens a lot. That sort of thing happens all the time. All the time. And then here's a question I did not post up here, but I want to see what you have to say. What do you say to people who come back to you, your regulars who come back to you and their nails are not, anything you want to post, but they're constantly looking on your page and coming up under your pictures saying, why didn't you post my picture? When am I up next? Laughing out loud, but they really be serious because they always bringing this up saying that you're not posting their pictures. So how do you handle that? I just want to know, like, how do you handle that? That's the wrong video, you guys. That's the wrong clip. But seriously, how do you handle that when you have a client who does that? Any takers? People who constantly joke but low-key serious about why are you not posting their nails or their hands? Or this person just simply has, I hate to say it, not the best looking hands. Or whatever, for whatever reason. Or they just have very rough looking hands. Like a person who they're just rough. They got all these cuts and bruises and whatever, fingers bent different ways or whatever. You do the best you can on their nails and they love it because nobody's ever done it that nice before, but it's not cohesive with the look of your page. But they are constantly bringing up that you don't ever post them. No, they always saying it, Lauren. That's just one picture. You say, I probably say I didn't like the picture. You're going to say the angle was off. On all of them, sis, I'd give them a late night pity post. But on Instagram, like 11 o'clock at night is actually a high traffic time. So I don't know. Because that's the thing. It's like, oddly enough, see, when I say things, I think that a lot of people either love me or hate me because I'm just very transparent. I don't say what's popular. I just say what it is. And the truth of the matter is the way your page look is a reflection of you, that even down to the hands you post is a reflection of you. People subconsciously judge whether or not they want to come to you about the littlest thing. And if you have every little thing dictates who's coming to your chair. So believe it or not, subconsciously, when people are looking at the nails on your page, if the hands look like the hands of an older woman, subconsciously, they don't say to themselves, oh, she do old people, but it did register in their mind subconsciously that you do older women, more mature women. Even if the designs itself are bomb, the hands will tell a lot, so if you have like a lot of younger, youthful looking hands or whatever, or just depending on the type of pictures and how they look, people form opinions based on the things that we don't think matter, but they do. Just tell them I didn't like the way the pic came out. I'ma just lie. So y'all just some liars. Some people got some ugly ass hands. Look, I didn't want to say it like that on all of them. Look, I have Crypt Keeper hands myself. And see, my hands look a little aged. It just depends. Like, it depends on, if you watch my channel, I'm always ashy. Always, always, always ashy because I'm always washing my hands and I don't like oily hands. They bother me. So my hands are always ashy. I have to remember when I'm going outside, like put some lotion on because I will be right there cute from head to toe with the ashiest hands ever. Do you hear me? Yes. I take pictures of everyone, but I usually post to stories or just the nails if I don't like their hands. Yeah. Or you know what? I just thought about it, like you could put something up and say something like, this was in nail school. I don't know. But yeah, you said I take pictures of everyone, but I usually post the stories of just the nails I don't like to their hands. Okay. Be shriveled up like they just got out of water, but no water is around. And I'm just saying, like, it's different reasons why too. Certain sets are not, they don't make the cut. Like, and we can't say that because it sounds mean. It's not us. We just know that we are marketing, right? And you never see Nails magazine put up certain hands. And if you look at other influencers who are pretty popular, they don't put up you if you pay attention to that, it's certain hands. It's certain hands. It's certain hands. It's an overall aesthetic. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm the one to say it, you know? And it's just like you will get people who really be on that. So when it comes to designs, it's something. It's very interesting these days. Now I think I was telling you all actually I have been getting a little bit of anxiety because you don't want to keep doing the same thing on people too. And it's only so much that you can put on top of the nails these days. Like back in the day, everybody was just so happy with, the paint splashed across with the different squiggly lines and the dots. And if you was really fancy, you got stones. Women would be okay with that, just getting it in different color combinations. It was basically the same design with different color combinations. And we might switch it up and put in a marble nail. We might switch it up and put in a tie-dye nail, but that was basically all you could choose from. But nowadays, it's just so much to choose from, but a lot of it is too complicated for an everyday schedule because it don't fit in the time frame, or it's encapsulated, or it's on long nails, super long nails. So I don't know. I don't know. You say I can't stand for my hands to look ashy and dry. My skin will start looking like zombie hands if I don't lotion. Listen, Linda, listen. I now have lotions and creams in my purse and everywhere else. But if you watch my videos, I'm always with crusty hands online, and I need to start doing that. Some people ain't picture worthy, and that's just the truth. Some people are not picture worthy. So the good, the bad, the ugly. When it gets down to the ones that's quote, they're not ugly, but for marketing purposes, they are not ideal. That's my nice way of saying it. How do you even handle that? And then for people who want to boss you around, you got to be careful with that because they will take your vision, they will take your mojo and just crumble it into the ground. And I lose my artistic desire. So when it's up, you better catch me when I'm up. When I'm in the mood to do some designs, you better let me do it because it's either there or it's not. And when it's not, you better show me some pictures and I'm gonna tell you like we're gonna be like you said, inspired by this, and I'm gonna go off of this. And if I want to veer off a little bit to the left or right, I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking. You can say yay or nay, and I'm either stick to this picture inspiration or I'm gonna zhuzh it up if it inspires me to do more. And that's pretty much what it is because yeah, after so long of doing this, it all starts to look the same. After so long of doing this, it's hard to stay inspired. After doing this for years and doing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe a few thousand sets, it's hard to stay inspired as a nail tech to constantly be like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do that. We might want to try out some new stuff just to see how complicated it really is. But just to have people sit in front of your chair year after year and you constantly inspired all day, I think that a lot of clients forget that we are at work and that it's a job like any other job. And they think that we just sit up and be so excited and just thinking about designs all day. And it's literally a job after so long. The enthusiasts don't see this just yet because they're new, but after so long, it's literally a job. So you're like, I only have so much creative juice in me. Okay. It's only so much. They be ugly. That's the correct word. Look, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. And then Artina jumped in. Let me ban both of y'all. Ban. I'm just playing. But yeah, so it's just like, yo, I was just wondering what you all thought, how you all handled it. And that's pretty much all I got for this case study: the good, the bad, the ugly. How do you handle it? Boom. There you go. Does anybody have any questions or concerns or something they want to talk about real quick? Any new news in the industry? How is business? How is business for everyone? Have you noticed things pick up, slow down? What's going on? What's going on with everyone? I see people that I haven't seen in a while. They're trickling in, trickling in, trickling in, trickling in. But I also see up and down my timeline, especially on Instagram, everywhere. Link in bio for my new 2-day class, $800, my new 2-day course, my new shaping course, my new acrylic course. I'm going to show you everything about how to lay acrylic, how to pick up a ball, how to lay down a ball. And it's all on long nails, y'all. Everybody teaching just strictly how to do long nails. I am seeing that all up and down the timeline. So that's what I'm seeing lately in the past week. Just more and more classes from people, more and more courses, classes, and people are trickling in. Business is good for the most part. But I have had quite a few last minute cancellations. So annoying. Oh wow. Yeah, business is trickling in. It is. But I will say that it's a later start than normal across the board, and not just nails, across all industries. Like everything is late blooming. And I think that's because of the war and the economy, and people kind of they're doing stuff, but they're kind of like, I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know what's going to happen. Artina said, I bought my pedicure stuff today. Hey, waiting patiently for delivery. I stopped thinking so hard and started doing. Yes, yes. And that's why I cranked out that content planner, because I have all these different things that I want to do when I started on something else. But I'm like, okay, this is a longer, bigger project. What can you do quickly? So that's why I said, you could put this out now. And I did. So you're right. Stop thinking so hard and start doing. What can you get done today? I've just started enforcing a cancellation policy. Now, Lauren and I were talking about that yesterday, how things have been a little different. So I've been breaking my rules a little bit more than normal. And I don't want to do that because I don't want people to get too used to that. Like you said, last minute cancellations. What I'm seeing on my end is that people are trying to, a lot of people, I don't know why, don't want to make appointments. They want to just reach out to me like, hey, you got something? And I'm like, we're not going to start that. And I've had to start having conversations with people. And I don't think people really understand why. I have whys. Number one, I like to know what my next day looks like because I plan out my day and things I can get done. I don't want people to start booking with me off the cuff of their sleeve because it leaves me in a position to have to be flexible every day. And I don't like flexible days. I need a little more structure in my day because I might say, "Hey, I'm going to go to the gym further out." And then while I'm out there, I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby, I'm going to go to Trader Joe's, I'm going to do this because I'm going to go to the gym out that way to get away. But then if I'm allowing everybody to do last minute call-ins and people get used to that, then I haven't made any money this week. And then all these people start calling me at the last minute trying to get in. That's going to piss me off because I actually need to make that money. But because I did not know if people were coming, I went ahead with my day and now I'm too far away to get back to do you. Or I got to stop everything I had planned for the day to come back to do you. And I don't want my books to get like that because I plan my days. And I don't want people holding me by the strings like that. Because to me, that's what it is. I need to know if you're coming or not, and I can plan accordingly. That's number one. Number two is I like to have my books in there because I can literally pull reports and see what's going on. I can see what my peak periods are. I can see who's been the most. I can tell what's going on. I can tell what you got. And I can also go back and look and say, well, this person should be coming soon because they were here on this date, that date, da 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 da. I like to have that information. Okay. Also, if I ever need to pull records for whatever reason to prove further proof as a business owner that I am legit, I can always pull up my calendar books and show that on average I do this many people per week. Da 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 da. So it's a lot of reasons why I run it that way. But the biggest reason is I need to know because I have a life outside of waiting around on you. So I do not like people calling me at the last minute. Because then it's like, well, I'm coming too. Then they be like, I'll be there at 3. And it's not, now you're not going to clog up my day. But see, appointment, that's another thing. Official appointments force people to commit to something. So, I'm not going to commit my time if you're not going to, put some down. Put your money down. Your mouth, your money where your mouth is. I don't like all that up in the air stuff. I don't. It's annoying for me. What is the planner you have? Is it a physical or digital planner? It's actually digital. It's digital, so it's an instant download, and then it's already set up where if you wanted the screensaver, Hustle Hard, which I have it on my phone right now. I love it because it's very vibrant, but it just reminds you throughout the day like you got to be on your grind because you're constantly looking at it all day. So that's like $3 with that. So it's a digital planner, digital, and it has different templates in it that you can print out. You know, if you want to kind of plan it out, and it's just something to kind of get you in the habit of figuring out what you want your page to look like your Instagram. What do you want it to look like? Because people's Instagram pages actually have looks and themes. If you look at the people who are really into social media, they have a whole look, a flow going. And I've seen some really unique ones where they may have pictures of themselves going down the left side and then quotes, so it's like, what do you want your page to look like? What's the aesthetic? Because you can have good work up and that's cool, but everybody who has a huge following, if you really look at their overall profile, it has a look that they thought about in advance. They didn't just throw random pictures up. If you look at your aunt's page, those are random pictures up, right? It's just her page. If you look at a popular hairstylist, nail tech, whatever, usually their page has a certain look. All the pictures are done in a certain contrast. It's laid out a certain way. You can literally predict what they're gonna post next because it's always laid. It's always laid out a certain way. I've been steady painting walls, not nails. I'm opening a salon. Yay! Congratulations. Oh yeah, that's tiring. I'm surprised you even on here. Congratulations. They've been jibby jabby. Lady brought her darn kid on me. Oh my God, you still talking about that? Yeah, the kids. This is the funny thing about rules. People think that I posted something on the community board saying, "What do you think?" And I was telling Lauren, I said, she was wrong about a few things, but overall, it's a good video. You know why? Because it's telling you how the average consumer thinks, whether she's wrong or not. It tells you how they really think and what they're really thinking, and they don't understand a lot of the rules. Some of the rules are outrageous, but the one with the kids, people do not understand. This is what happens with most people who bring their kids. People say they're gonna bring their child and he's not bad or da, da, da. For some reason, once a client sits down and starts to get their nails done, they forget they have a child. It's like they just start letting their child roam all over the place. I've had people that literally let their child tear up my place. And I'm just looking at them like we're about to get into it because I don't even allow kids. I broke my darn rule for you, and your children are literally sitting here tearing up my place. I remember one time I went up front and this particular person had two kids with her, and them kids had took my cover and stuff off the back of my couch and built a tent on the floor, had my remote controls everywhere. I had another girl bring her child. I have like foreign currency from different countries, and that child had took my foreign currency and took some tape and taped the money all onto the side of my entertainment center, just all type of stuff these kids was doing. I'm like, people, where's the home training? So I really don't like people to bring their kids because most of the time people do not control their kids when they get to your house. And that's the main reason why. And then too, for some reason with kids, anytime they see that their parent has somebody else has their parents' attention, they just become super needy and want to keep tapping each parent and drawing the parents' attention. Now the parent can't sit still. It's just a mess. And it's very distracting for you to keep saying, stop, bring that here. Come on, let me see it. Here, let me put that on the right channel for you. Every time they do that, see, they don't get it. I gotta stop because you gotta stop. So all that stopping and starting, you messing up my momentum and my flow. And believe it or not, bringing on a kid in the room, believe it or not, that adds about at least 15 minutes to the service, some type of weird way. It just always does. I'm usually pretty flexible and lax. I didn't have any kind of fee for canceling, so I started saying that I need to take a deposit if show cancel last minute. Yeah, I don't collect any money up front, but I make you put a card down. So if you don't come, I'm gonna charge it. If it don't go through, you're blocked until you pay it. You do it again, I'm gonna deduct it again, and you need to find somebody else because you don't respect my time. And the cancellation fee is not even enough for the time you took from me. People will mess with your money and time if they don't have anything on the line. Exactly. You got to make them put their money where their mouth is. How late in advance is too flexible for you? Well, Anything past 15 minutes on a full day is a problem. And if you're too late, I say the same thing. If you're too late, then I'm gonna tell them like I might have to start cutting their service. I will try to move some things around and I'll just ask the person after them, like if I can push it back a little bit, I can. And I always let the person know, like, look, is it okay if you come at 1:30 instead of 1 because my current client is running late? I don't accept responsibility. I let them know like this person running late. So, but then I'll say if not, I totally understand. That'll be on them. And if they say, well, I got to pick up my son at 3, no problem. See you at your regular scheduled time. I'm gonna come back to that first person and be like, look, I got to cut your service. You can't get your feet done. I can do a policy change. Can't do the feet because you're gonna be too late by the time you get here. Pick a color and sit down. And my other client got somewhere to be, so I can't push the appointments back. What I will not do is make everybody else suffer for another person being late. So usually anything past 15 minutes is the problem. If this person is continuously showing up past 15 minutes, I'm going to say something. They're probably going to hear that I'm aggravated, especially if it's the first person of the morning. I hate getting up in the morning. So if you are always super late, I'm probably going to text you the night before and be like, don't forget, be on time, smiley face, something like that. I don't mind if the day before you realize that you can't make it, but not to even communicate that you're not coming is disrespectful. That's a no call, no show. And that person will get charged. And a no call, no show, I'm going to reach out to them and ask them what happened. And depending on their answer, I will just block them. I don't play with no call, no shows at all. At all. It has to be like something crazy happened for you to just no call, no show, because my system actually gives you a reminder. So I don't really have that issue with people. And if a person did that once and they came out with this story, I'll be like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna have to charge the card because you had a 2-hour slot in my books and I missed that money. If they got mad about that, then they're not gonna be my client anyway because they don't care about my business. They don't care that this is my job. They just told me, screw you. Yeah, I put time in your books. I didn't show up and you lost money. And so what? I ain't paying you for that. Oh, well, just take the L. That's basically what they're saying. Take the L, take the loss. So what? I didn't come. You just ain't getting the money. And that is disrespectful in my eyes. You don't respect me. So I don't want to fool with you. And I will move on to the next person. I would just move on to the next person. I'm not even gonna go back and forth because that's what they're saying to you. No kids, no pets, no visitors, service animals only, period. Yep. And people get mad. That video that the other girl posted, she was mad about the extra visitors, talking about it's a family affair. Where? Where is it a family affair? It's not. She was saying like this is something that families enjoy together. No, it's not. Now, if you and your mom go get them together, okay, that's because you're going to a place with multiple stations. But it's no reason for you to bring extra people to a person who does service one by one. If you do bring extra people, it's because you all are getting it back to back. Then that's fine. But for you to just come and bring your uncle, your boyfriend, and his friend, no. Also, that is extra traffic in and out my house. That is extra toilet paper being ran. That's extra water being ran. That's extra snacks being snacked on. So you're costing me extra money different ways that people don't realize. Yeah. So no. Yes, very distracting. This policy does not include your emotional support lizard. Okay. It does add time. How many days in advance is too late for you so you can plan your week? No, you can book with me up until 24 hours before the appointment. My book's locked down at 24 hours. You can change or book or cancel up until 24 hours. It sends out a reminder. At that time, there's a button at the bottom where you can literally cancel it. It's perfectly fine. But at 24 hours, everything locks down. Like, this is what it is. This is what it is. Now, some of my regulars have called and something has happened. Okay, cool. I'm gonna work with you because they're regular and they don't normally do this. So I'm sure that what they're saying is legit. But a person that's brand new and they start pulling that stuff out the gate, they're not a good fit for me because my setup doesn't work for them. If they're coming in the door, not showing up or canceling, coming super late, you are not matched with the right client. You two are not a match. It's not even nothing to be mad about. It's just like it's not gonna work. Anyone know how to update their Acuity scheduling with cool graphics background? Yes, you can go onto canva.com, type in You could just type it in the search bar, like Acuity or scheduling or something, and it'll be templates and stuff that come up. And yeah, and then you'll just upload it. Hell no, it's not a family affair since when? That's what she was saying in the video. So yeah, that was interesting. You guys, I'm gonna always say the same thing because I run it a certain way. And it's just like everybody's not gonna be a good fit. Everyone is not gonna be a good fit, and that's fine. And I don't know. I can only bend so much because you start bending too much, people will be running your business and you won't be running it. Like the whole having people call you at the last minute all the time, that is not something you want to get into. That is not something I suggest people push because you will never be able to really move around the way you want, especially if you need the money. So now you're sitting around hoping that people call you at the last minute. And that's just a feeling that you don't want to have. You want to know what your books are looking like as soon as possible. You want people to start filling up your books so you can see what your week is looking like as soon as possible. If everyone's last minute with you, you are going to be always on pins and needles wondering how much you're going to make every day. Who wants to live like that? Like I like to have some type of idea like of what's going on. That's just me. Yeah, in the video she was like it takes away from the experience. Like her like take your butt to the discount salons. Yeah, you got to go somewhere that services multiple people at the same time. But it's like, why would you want to? You don't need to bring your boyfriend and your cousin and your little cousin and your mom. If you just getting your nails done, why do all these people need to come? But she thought that was ridiculous that you can't bring all these people. And then she also thought that even working out your house is ghetto. And I'm like, she has no idea about home based business. And it's really just about the ambiance and setup because many of these salons out here. Now that's what's a hot ghetto mess because it's dirty. It's a million people talking loud. You got the news playing. It's nothing relaxing about it. You got people running in and out, walking, talking, all types of conversations going on and drills, multiple drills going at the same time. How is that? How is that classy? Classier than coming to a person's space that's like tailored to you. You can read a book, you can have a conversation, you can do whatever you want to do. Is your time in this space. Whatever. She had some good points, but some of the stuff I was like, you're reaching. So, but it's good to know how people think. It's good to know how people think. So, for me, that's it. For me, that's it for today's case study. The good, the bad, the ugly. Yes. So, I think that's all. We're at an hour, 18 minutes. And at this point, I am going to, I need to fix some real food. I had that banana bread, which was so delicious, but I need to make some real food. Like she needs emotional support to get her nails done. Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, even salons don't like you bringing extra people. If they are not there to spend money, no one wants you bringing extra people unless they're getting serviced. Even salons nowadays don't want extra people sitting around. For what? Especially if it's busy, it's like you got your family sitting here taking up all the seats, and then there's other people waiting, and then they're not even spending money. So the people that are waiting to spend money, you got to stand up. You in there running to the bathroom 2 times each. People don't realize you are increasing my budget. You running my water, you going through rolls of toilet paper, you going through all my paper towels. It's extra. It sounds petty to some people, but over the course of the year, I broke it down with candy over the course of the year how much you spend on that type of stuff. You spending hundreds of dollars, a few $100s just on toilet tissue when it comes to a salon. You spending a few $100s on paper towels and more. It's more than paper towels are more than toilet tissue when it comes to a business. That's hundreds of dollars a year that you're spending just on something that is insignificant. So when you start bringing in people who bring in no revenue, that's actually lowering your profit. But people don't think on that level. So it's whatever. It's whatever. So I think that's it for me. I think that's it for me. Go ahead and check out the planner. Like I said, you can go ahead and get the screensaver as well, which I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. I think it's pretty cool to keep you motivated every day, all day while you're looking at your phone. The first thing you see is keep hustling, keep going. I don't know if it's your taste or style, but either way, If you don't have to get that. It's just a little deal that's going right now. And we're going to come back really soon with a new surprise video and then the next case study. Yeah. And I'm going to catch you all really soon. Bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.